Okay, we're getting ready here now. Do you want me to keep talking? Are you waiting to see if it'll get there? Okay, all right. I'm going to try to text her. No, I don't want that one. Hey. Do you want us to talk or something? Okay, I can talk anyway. Go ahead and say something.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
All right. So we're just trying to get things.
How are the levels?
Well, Sam's trying to get it sorted out here now. So
he's very capable.
Oh yeah, we'll get it anyway. And that one's off. Yeah, you should be getting something eventually here anyway. But you have a pencil? Oh yeah,
I got one. Thank you.
All right. They play Craig next week. Oh, okay, good. Welcome to Glacier Bear basketball here at Haines High Gymnasium. This is Lyle Huff along with Liam Cassidy. We're going to bring you this action, this girls game here. We're sitting just a little bit off of mid-court side. You can hear the pep band in the background anyway. The Wolves, they made it into town. They rode the boat up and got here, and now they're going to be riding the ferry back out of here. But it's going to be a bit later than they anticipated as it did break down. But anyhow, we're going to have a basketball game here. The Lady Wolves will be playing first. We want to remind folks right off the bat here that these teams will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow, not 5:30. So it'll be a 5 o'clock start for these girls tomorrow. For our Haines Glacier Bears, they're in their white uniforms. And there to our far right, scorers bench there. So we're just a moments away from introduction of players. I was talking with Lori Brown before we started had a chance to get some stuff together, and she said, the teams this year seem to be pretty equal all the way around. I mean, this game's close, that game's close, somebody upsets somebody else.
Any given night, it seems like around Southeast Alaska this year.
And this year, especially on the girls' side of things, it's been different. I know our Haines girls are yet to win a ball game as far as conference games, but they've been right in the middle of them, a bunch of them. And so, anyway, you never know what's going to happen. Now, Lori's a bit short-handed here. She did bring 7 girls with her, but Emma Martinson is not feeling well, so she's not going to be dressing for this ball game. So we're going to have the other gals here. She'll have 6 to work with. So we'll just kind of see how it all works out. Hopefully everything, will work and they don't get themselves into foul trouble.
Yeah, when you have that fewer players on your bench, real important that every player stays healthy, and that's where the endurance and being able to run the court really comes in big. We've seen the Glacier Bears have a lot of speed going up and down the court. That's one of their real assets.
Well, yeah, and they've got a bunch of freshmen too, and they're getting tons of playing time. So, and they got a couple of them starting out. Now we'll have the Wrangell Lady Wolves and Elizabeth Armstrong. She is not, this is a non-starter. Now number 11, Tiara Harrison, she is a starter. She's a freshman, sophomore. Kendra Meisner, wearing number 30, a sophomore for the Lady Wolves. Another sophomore, Jamie Early, number 14. Number 43, a junior, Ashley Olson. And rounding out the rest of the starters will be Maddie Harding. She has number 10 for the Lady Wolves. Now for the Haines Glacier Bears, they have a number of freshmen on their squad too. So a lot of young girls playing this year.
And they're real basketball players too.
They're all quick. Number 1, Mackenzie Dryden. Number 12, Malia Jorgensen Giese, another freshman. And number 24, Sophia Cunningham. And sophomore Avery Williamson. She's not dressing, but she had a knee injury, slowly getting over that one. Should see her back before long, though. Number 23. Grace Gaditas Long, a freshman starter for the Haines Glacier Bears. Number 14, Allison Benda. She handles the ball a lot for them. Number 3, Natalie Jobbins, number 3, a sophomore.
Had a big game last Saturday with 14 points.
Oh, yeah. And Sadie Anderson, wearing number 10, also another sophomore. And junior Haley Boron, number 5. So that'll round out the starters for the Haines Glacier Bears. Harding, Olson, Early, Meisner, and Harrison for the Lady Wolves. Now for the Haines Glacier Bears, we have Boron, Anderson, Jobbins, Benda, and Benitez Long. And the long gal, number 23, you'll see she handles the ball a lot for the Haines Glacier Bears. She'll do a lot of the ball handling for them tonight. Haley Boron also does handle the ball quite a bit too. But really, those two gals are the ones that kind of get things going for the Haines Glacier Bears and get them moving along.
It looks like the Haines Women's Choir is going to perform our national anthem. I don't know if that's just the monitor. Excuse me, Lionel, I got a pencil.
All right, we're just about ready to begin action here.
Our first chance to get a look at these Wrangell Wolves. You know, we've sat back here in our gym and watched some of the finest teams in the state come through here and play, and it'll be an exciting opportunity for us to see what these Wolves have got this year here.
All right, we'll have Early against Anderson here, starting out the jump ball. Glacier Bears going to our left, the Lady Wolves going to our right. Ball is up, going to be controlled by the Lady Wolves. They'll bring it back down. Meisner has the dribble on the left-hand side. Glacier Bears drop back here. Looks like we're going to have a man-to-man defense. They jog back out. Now, I'm not sure here. They still haven't quite matched up yet. They want to go down the left-hand side. Harding goes down low on the block. Stop. Spins around. Nothing going. Back to Harding again. She drives down the lane. Kicks it back out. Two-pointer on the way. A little bit short. That was put up by Early. Rebound still fought for underneath. Going to be controlled by no one, so we're going to have an alternating position. Goes to the Haines Glacier Bears.
Oh, and Wrangell's coming out pressing right from the get-go.
Wrangell's going to put a little pressure on right off the bat. Borlon will break it, however, easily. She gets across the half-court line. They'll come back down. She's on the dribble. Looks like the Lady Wolves are coming out man-to-man defense. Stops, gives up her dribble, wants to go left. Finally does. Gets it back out to the side to Jobbins. Jobbins comes over to the side with the dribble. Still can't penetrate inside. Harding comes around. Spin move. Jobbins. Two-pointer on the way. No. Rebound comes back down quickly to the Lady Wolves, and they're up down the court. Kicks the ball over. Shot. Stop. Puts it up and in. And a foul on it. That shot is by Meisner, and she gets the first 2 points, but that was a nice pass in there. They waited, they had the advantage. Then they also draw the foul on Haley Boron on that one, so we're going to go to the free throw line. That was a nice 2-on-1 break there. They waited and patiently developed. Meisner, shot, rolls around off to the side. No, ball comes back down, and Boron comes with it for the Glacier Bears. Now she's going to lose it out of bounds. Spins back, gets the ball back over, and Lady Wolves will have the ball left side looking. They get the ball back to Harding. Shots on the way, going to be a little short. Ball comes back down, goes in the corner. She kicks it back out. Comes back down again to her, back out to Harding. It was a nice save by Harding. She alley-oop early, goes across. Stop, spin move, stop inside. Looks inside, alley-oop inside, puts up the shot, partially checked by Anderson, and it goes off for one of the Lady Wolves and out of bounds. Well, I can see right away that the Lady Wolves want to go right inside. I can see that happening. That's how they have it set up. Jobbins across the half-court line. She has the break. Didn't see Anderson down under there, but Jobbins stops, puts it up a little bit too hard. Ball bounces around. Going to go out of bounds. It goes off of Early for the Lady Wolves, so the Glacier Bears will have it. Benda will set it up on the left-hand side. Plays going. They get the ball back into Boron. Tapped away nicely. However, as Meiser anticipated that pass, got a hand on it, and was able to get the ball back and get it over to the side. So now we'll come back down again. Lady Wolves looked outside early, down low. Anderson put a lot of pressure on her. He kicked the ball back out to Meisner. She looks cross court pass to Harding. Dumps it back inside. Shot up and in by Olsen as she went down low on the block.
Yeah, that quick pass in from Harding from the perimeter.
Well, Harding had that. She set the other one up too down low as they got the easy lay-in out of it. So it didn't take long to figure out. The Lady Wolves are considerably bigger than the Glacier Bears, and you can see where they're going with the basketball. Shot is up though. Rebound comes back down. Doesn't go, however, as we come back down the court. And quick go right-hand side to Boron. Spins, stops. Shot from about 6. Way off to the side. Rebound nicely by Harrison. She'll get it out. They'll slowly bring it across the half-court line. Meisner looks. Finds Olsen down low. She can't do anything with it. Back to Harding. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Maddie Harding picks up 3. And a quick 7-0 lead right now for the Lady Wolves. Boron hustling down the right-hand side. Comes back out. They'll reverse that all the way to Jobbins. Stops. Can't do anything. Hand up. They'll come back out to the top. Screen set. They try to go to Anderson down low. Puts up the shot. In and out. No. Rebound fought for. And Meisner comes up with it out to Olsen. All the way over to Meisner. Meisner on the dribble. Gets it across the half-court line. Now she'll come down. Takes slow. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Harding, three-pointer on the way. No. Rebound comes back down. Up and in by Olsen. She picks up her 4th point, extends the lead. 4:55 to go here in the first quarter. Across the half-court line is Boron with the left-hand dribble, right-hand dribble. Meisner backs away from her now, stops. Boron gives it up. Meisner steps out. Over the long run, over the right-hand side to Benda. She wants the baseline, has it, put a little bit short. Ball fought for. Olsen comes away with it. She'll get the ball quickly back off to Harrison. Harrison will bring it across the half court. Slow dribble up. Goes to Harding. Harding backs way out. Go left-hand side early. Tries to go inside. Now they dump it inside. Shot up and in. Oh, that was a nice shot by Harris. She got that one to go, and there's a quick timeout by the Glacier Bears. We'll see what it's going to be here. As you're able to pick it up, it's going to be a 30-second timeout. So, Liam, it didn't take long to figure out their offense. They're going down low, but Harding is a good shooter from the outside, so she's going to continue to make the Glacier Bears pay if they suck in too far. She can shoot it, and she's not afraid to shoot it either.
We saw that in Warren. She has a good shot even a few feet beyond that three-point arc. She can really drill those threes. So, yeah, it's a tough team to match up against, and they're also playing some really aggressive defense on the Glacier Bears. And,
yeah.
They've staked themselves to this early 11-0 lead.
All right, 4:17 to go here in the first quarter play. Going to be Glacier Bear basketball, far side of the court. Lady Wolves are going to, well, a bit of pressure, not a lot. They'll come across the half-court line, the Glacier Bears do, on the left-handed dribble. Spin back, gets the ball, Boron right side. She stops, takes off with the dribble, loses it, but gets it back again. He's going to back to Boron down the center lane, stops, force up the shot. It's going to draw the foul. Foul's on 3-0. Kendra, that'll be her first personal foul. 2 team fouls on the Glacier Bears, only 1 on the Lady Wolves right now at the free throw line. Haley Boron bounces it a couple of times. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Slowly ups the shots on the way, in and out. Thought that was going to go. Had good spin to it, good rotation. First sub of the game, Armstrong comes off the bench. Meisner's going to come out. Well, Lori said she's going to have to rotate back and forth because she, of course, doesn't have the big bench to help out.
Yeah, when you only got one early and often is a good approach.
Krager is coming into the game for the Glacier Bears. This one's by Boron, looks good and is. And she picks up her from the free throw line. And it'll be Lady Wolves basketball. They'll slowly bring it up. They lead by 10, 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Back to Harding. She dumps it back inside. Up and in as they went right away to Harrison, and she gets an easy bucket out of it. Harding just gave her the nice little bounce pass across the top above everybody else. Boron down the lane, kicks the ball back out. They go to Anderson. Come back out. Spin move as they come back around. Almost knocked away by Armstrong, but the ball's going to go back to the Glacier Bears. Right here in front of the Lady Wolves bench. Looking. Now she'll get the ball back in. Grace Long almost lost that one as she comes around. Falling down. Going to be a travel on it as she came down. And unfortunately for the Lady Wolves, early had fallen down, but Grace had given up her dribble, and then she shuffled her feet, so the Lady Wolves are going to get the basketball back. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. They go left-hand side, Harding, back out to the Armstrong, all the way over to Early, looking down low. Find Harrison, puts up the shot, a little bit short. Rebound comes down, gets back into the hands of Benda. She quickly gets the ball back out, and Boron will bring it across the half-court line. Almost loses it handle, but gets it back. Lady Wolves lead by 12. Ball comes down to Boron. Stops, puts up the shot up and in.
Yeah, got the give-and-go pass from
Haley Boron got
Krager.
the pass right back from Krager, and she just drove it right to the lane. Nobody stopped her, so she's going to go to the hoop. Armstrong, right-hand side, looking, kicks the ball back over to Harding. Three-pointer on the way, looks a little bit long, and the ball comes back down, but Anderson was standing out of bounds when she got that one. So the ball goes back to the Lady Wolves under their basket. Armstrong with the ball. Kicks the ball out to the top. Goes to Harding. She looks down for Olson. Shots on the way. Going to be a little short. Hustling over is Boron. She kicks the ball back out to Krager. Krager looks down the court. Can't get the pass, however. Now she'll kick it back. Ball bounces around. Ends up in Early's hands, but Krager steals it. And they're slowly working the ball back across the half-court line as Harding puts some pressure on. Goes back out to Benda, right-hand side. She wants to go down low, but can't get it inside. Tapped away, however, nicely. Armstrong's all alone, no between her and the basket, up and in. So Armstrong just slowly got herself under control, got the nice right-handed lay-in. Quickly down the court come the Glacier Bears. Stop, kicks the ball back out to Boron. She penetrates inside, stops. Now she's going to be whistled for the travel. She wanted to pass it over there, but there wasn't anybody right-handed. All right, Dryden comes into the ball game, and we also have Jorgensen Geese coming into the game for the Glacier Bears. Lady Wolves, 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. 15-3 is the score right now. Armstrong with it, stops, goes right-hand side early, goes inside, nice move, stop, puts up the shot, partially checked, but there's going to be a whistle on it. Let's see where the foul comes. Foul's on 10, that'll be Anderson, that'll be her first personal foul. That was a nice move by Elizabeth. She kind of made the move to the left, to the right, turned around, got her man on her hip, but was able to draw the foul, go to the free throw line. A little short on the shot, however, as she missed that one. Wrangell Wolves have had 3 opportunities and haven't got any of those to go yet.
Sophia Cunningham now in the game for Anderson.
Oh, all right. Shots on the way. This one off to the right-hand side. Dryden comes down with it for the Glacier Bears. She's quick on the left-handed dribble. She'll back it back out. Goes to Grace Long. Nice defense by Olson. She cut that baseline off. They come back out to Dryden at the top. Dryden with the left-handed dribble. Comes all the way around. A lot of pressure being applied by Armstrong, but Dryden loses the basketball out of bounds. So the defensive pressure forced a turnover there on the Glacier Bears. They come back out to Harding, and Armstrong will bring it up slow across half-court line. Glacier Bears 2-3 zone defense. Back to Early. Olson on the baseline. They wanted to go inside, knocked away, however, by the Glacier Bears. I think Jorgensen Giese got a hand on it, knocked it back out of bounds.
Might have been a foot.
Or a foot, yeah. That's what I meant, actually. But it didn't turn out. Well, the pass is too hard. Comes down to Dryden. Dryden's on the dribble. Ball's tapped away by Armstrong, goes out of bounds, and it goes off of the Glacier Bears.
Well,
and it's going to be Wolves basketball, 1 minute, 3 seconds to go here in first quarter of play. Quickly back down the court. Now come the Lady Wolves. Glacier Bears single back inside. Stepping outside, they'll keep the ball. Alley-oop inside to Olson. Olson spin move, looks, can't find anybody. Kicks the ball to Harding. Three-pointer on the way, good. Maddie Harding's fired twice and gotten 2 3-pointers out of it. Well, she's actually shot more than that, but those are her two baskets. Now Armstrong steps up. She's all alone. Let's see if she can get the shot up and in. She anticipated that pass and made the steal, and beat Dryden down to the hoop and got the lay-in out of it. 20-3 is the score right now. 24 seconds to go. The Lady Wolves have the lead. There's the screen set. Comes back out. Krager back out there. 3-point on the way, or just inside the 3-point line. Armstrong, again, she's breaking down. Dryden's chasing her. Stop. Puts up the shot, up and in. Armstrong, nice control and a nice move on that one. She waited till the defense was in the right spot before she put that shot up. Goes through Krager's hands. You're going to hear the buzzer in the background here. We're going to end this first quarter of play with the Haines Glacier Bears coming away with 3 points, while the Lady Wolves coming away with 22 points. Many of them coming from the inside. Well, we're going to turn it back to KSTK Studios for 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute for second quarter action.
Oh, look at the 17. Thanks.
Now welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. Shooting percentages, excuse me, Glacier Bears 1 for 6, 17%, 9 for 16 for the Lady Wolves at 56%. Rebounding even up. All right, second quarter action.
And here we go. The Wrangell Wolves will take the ball at midcourt to start the second half. Bringing the ball up the court is Armstrong. She's being guarded man-to-man by Krager. Oh, they dump it down into Olsen. Olsen, another hook shot. This one doesn't go. Glacier Bears going to bring the ball up. Boron dribbling across midcourt. Gets it over to Benda. Benda takes a couple dribbles over to Krager. Back up top to Boron. The long three from Boron does not fall. The ball will go out of bounds. And be Wrangell ball. Armstrong bringing the ball up for Wrangell. Krager's going to pick her up right across the midcourt line. Oh, he gets a nice strong pick and then dumps it into Olsen. Olsen's shot off the backboard doesn't go, and Jorgensen Giese will come down with the rebound and push the ball up the court for the Glacier Bears. Before she has a chance to put up her layup, she's fouled. That foul is on number 14, Jamie Early. That's her first foul. And the Glacier Bears are going to take it down underneath their own hoop. Boron, the long two-pointer doesn't go, but Krager comes down with the rebound. Now Natalie Jobbins, the long three-pointer doesn't go for her. Krager, another rebound. Boron will penetrate to the middle. Purple running hook shot doesn't fall. Jorgensen Giese comes up with the rebound on this one. She puts it up. That one doesn't go. And, Armstrong whips the ball down. It gets knocked away from her, though, and it gets kicked out to Meisner. Meisner over to Armstrong. The long three for Early does not go. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Glacier Bear ball. Boron bringing the ball up for the Glacier Bears. She kicks it over to Jobbins. Jobbins kicks it around to Benda. Benda to Boron. To Krager. They dump it into Sadie Anderson. Oh, that's a Jorgensen Giese. Her shot does not go. Now with Harrison with the rebound, bringing it up now, passes it over to Early. Early working the point for the Wolves. She gives the ball over to Meisner. That Troy tried to dump it down inside, but Jorgensen Giese comes away with the steal, and she'll bring the ball up the court. She gets just past the three-point line and keeps her feet moving a little too long, is called for the travel. So now with 6 minutes remaining, it's 22-3 Wrangell Wolves. And they'll bring the ball up the court. Armstrong on the dribble. Gets a nice pick from and then the ball goes down in. Oh, the shot goes up for Harrison. It doesn't go. Kate Benda comes down with the rebound. She dribbles up the court, passes it over to Krager in the corner. Krager's shot off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Meisner. Now Meisner's going to bring the ball up. Slows it down a little bit. Finds Olsen down low, and Olsen hits that one. Another strong post move for Olsen. Getting open, getting the pass. Now it's 24-3, Wrangell.
Glacier Bears haven't made a shot. They put up 7 shots, haven't made one yet. They're still on their 3 points. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to take a timeout here with 5:07 remaining. Oh, no, I'm sorry, we're not. We're just getting a couple substitutes. Jorgensen Giesi's coming out, Anderson coming in.
I think Harding also come off the bench for the Lady Wolves.
Now bring the ball up. We've got Meisner. Pass it over to, they get it in once again to Olsen, but it doesn't go for her. Sadie Anderson comes down with the rebound. Now bringing the ball up the court. Grace Long. And it goes off of Godinez Long's hands, and it'll be Wrangell ball once again. Now it's 24-3 with 4:45 to go in the half. Harding's going to bring the ball up for Wrangell. She's being defended by Long. Long works her way across the pick. Now it's early up top. She gets it down into Harrison. Harrison's shot doesn't go, and Bourne will get the rebound and push the ball up the court. She makes a wild layup attempt, doesn't go, and Olsen will come up with the ball. And Wrangell's going to take a timeout to talk things over now with 4:18 left in the half. Wrangell has the lead 24-3. It's going to be a short timeout, so we're going to stay here.
Yeah, well, I think Coach Brown wants to talk it over, a little helter-skelter on her offensive end of things here. She needs to get the girls settled back down. I've noticed a couple different times she wanted to go down low to the girls. They're not quite getting in the right position, and the pass is a tough one to get to them. On the other side, the Glacier Bears put up 8 shots so far. Haven't got anything to go so far in the quarter. They only had the 1 basket in that first quarter. Boron got that one, but the Lady Wolves are only 1 for 6 this time in this second quarter of play. But they were 56% from the field, 9 for 16 in that last go around here, the last quarter. So now we're back out on the court.
And Wrangell's had a real balanced attack so far with Harding, Olsen, and Armstrong, each scoring 6 points for them so far. Now it's going to be Meisner bringing the ball up the court. Dishes over to Early. Early around the top of the key. Back to... and she's going to take the ball all the way in. Meisner's going to dribble right through the defense and score a layup. That's her 4th point. Now Godinez Long dribbling the ball up, gets it to Krager. Krager pops a 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Meisner. And now it's going to be a foul on the play. Sadie Anderson fouled after the rebound, so that's going to be Anderson's second foul of the night, and she's going to take another break. Jorgensen Giesi coming back in to replace her.
Okay, they have her listed as 3 on the board up here, so we'll have to check that out here when we get a chance.
Oh, huh. All right, now bringing the ball up the court. We've got Meisner. Now to Harding. Harding looks to get it in down low to Harrison. She does, but Harrison's shot doesn't go. Olsen gets the rebound. That goes off the back of the rim. Scramble for the ball. Harding comes up with it. She's going to dish it over Early. Early tries to get it into Olsen, but Olsen loses it out of bounds as Haley Boron puts on the defensive pressure for the Glacier Bears. Godinez Long going to bring the ball up the court now. 3:25 remaining in the half. It's 26-3 Wrangell. Jobbins at the top of the key, gets over to Benda. Benda to Godinez Long, open to the corner, takes her jump shot, doesn't go, but Jorgensen Giesi gets the rebound, puts up the shot, it doesn't go. Boron comes up down with the rebound. She finds Godinez Long. Godinez Long, bank shot from the foul line, extended goes, so Grace Godinez Long gets on the board with 2 points for the Glacier Bears. Now 26-5 at 2:55 remaining. Harding dribbling around the perimeter. Godinez Long trying to challenge her dribble. Harding passes off to Early. Early now going left in the lane. Dribbled left and made a nice right-handed jump shot. She couldn't get to go though. Natalie Jobbins is going to come up the court for the Glacier Bears. She gets to Godinez Long. Jobbins takes another long 2-pointer. It doesn't go. Rebound goes to Jorgensen Giesi. Back out to Bourne at the top of the key. Oh, shoots the three-pointer in and out. Does not fall for her. And Olsen comes down with the rebound. Now Meisner dribbling the ball up for Wrangell. She gives up her dribble. Kate Benda is all over at the top of the key. And Natalie Jobbins comes around, knocks out the ball, but it goes back into the hands of Meisner. And then Jorgensen-Giese steps up and makes a steal for the Glacier Bears. She'll push it up to Haley Blonde. Haley Blonde dribbling the ball now. 1:55 remaining. 26-5 Wrangell. Jobbins, a long three-pointer, doesn't go. The rebound comes down to Jamie Early. A fake and a move in the key there, and Maddie Harding has her 8th point. Now Godinez Long bringing the ball up the court. Dribbling over to Boron. Boron dribbling, sees Krager. Oh, but it's tapped away. Nice heads-up defense by Harding there. Doesn't let her make that cross-court pass, and now dribbling all the way down and in for the layup is Kendra Meisner. That's 6 now for Meisner. Godinez Long pushing the ball up the court. And Jobbins just said something to official Don Nash. I think she might have a little blood in her hand. She's going to need to go to the bench and get that taken care of. And referee Swinton encouraging the players to get back on the court, telling them this is not a timeout situation. And so Dryden came in for Jobbins. So Jobbins is going to get a Band-Aid put on the sideline. 1:08 left. Kate Bennett looks at the three, doesn't take it to Godinez Long. Oh, and then Harding again with that defensive anticipation steps up, grabs the pass, but Mackenzie Dryden made it all the way down the court. Mackenzie's quick, and she played some tough defense, didn't let her get the basket. But then on the subsequent shot, the foul was by number 30, Kendra Meisner. That's her 2nd foul. Okay, now with a minute left, Godinez Long bringing the ball up the court. Her team down 30-5. Gets it over to Dryden. Dryden passes it to Godinez Long in the corner. She gets it into Jorgensen-Giese. Oh, and then Jorgensen-Giese passes over to Benda. Her shot's blocked out of bounds by Early. So Benda's going to take the ball under the hoop with 40 seconds remaining. She passes it all the way out to Grace Godinez Long. Long to Krager. Krager's long 2-point attempt is blocked by Jamie Early. So now Kara Harrison will dribble the ball up the court for Wrangell. She gives it over to Early. Early over to Armstrong. Armstrong dribbling, trying to go baseline, and she's fouled. Fouls on Grace Godinez Long. Just got a little too physical as she was trying to go baseline. Armstrong's trying to go baseline. Now 2-pointer from the corner does not fall for Harding. Dribbling it all the way up, Mackenzie Dryden. Her layup doesn't go, but Natalie Krager gets the rebound for the Glacier Bears. 7 seconds left now. 5. Dryden's dribbling. She gets it over to Grace Godinez Long. She puts up the shot at the buzzer, and it doesn't go. And so at the end of the first half of play, it's the Wrangell Wolves 30, the Haines Glacier Bears 5 here at the Haines Gymnasium.
All right, well, we'll turn it back to KSTK Studios for about 9 minutes. We'll be back for second half action in about 9 minutes. Wrangell Lady Wolves 30, Haines Glacier Bears 5. Back in 9.
Oh yeah, it's the exhibition. Oh yeah, sure.
of the shooters. Avery Beck. George Shove. Asher Hindle. And Mason Sweet.
Well, welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium. Second half action here. Lady Wolves and the Haines Lady Glacier Bears. They'll be back out on the court here in about 40-50 seconds. Want to remind folks down there in Wrangell that the boys' game will be right after this one. They'll get the clock going as soon as they can here and get that one going. And then tomorrow night, I mentioned early on, but I'm going to mention again, they play at 5 o'clock tomorrow, not 5:30. And then the boys will play right after that one is over. So you'll want to tune in a bit earlier tomorrow night to catch this girls' game here. Well, rebounding and stuff, it was pretty even up, but the Glacier Bears really came alive in that second quarter.
Yeah, they had 15 rebounds in the second quarter, 21 for the half to go with 2 for 24 shooting. That's 8% shooting from the field for the Glacier Bears. Wrangell had 15 rebounds. They shot 43%, 13 for 30. They came out shooting real hot in that first quarter, shooting 56%. Cooled down a little bit in the second quarter, but still wound up shooting 13 for 30 over half.
Maddie Harding picked up a couple of threes, and then she got another bucket out of it. She's got 8, 6 by Olson, 6 by Armstrong, 6 by Meisner, 4 by Harrison so far in the ball game. Glacier Bears have the 3 points from Boron and 2 from Bonitas Long, and it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball to start this third quarter action here. So we're getting ready to go into play here. Looks like the Lady Wolves. Armstrong's out there now, so she is going to be playing. The girls are all starters early on. Of course, there are only 6 girls. Stepping in front, making a nice steal as Harding stops, puts up the shot, up and in. Harding anticipated that pass, took it away, and List drove all the way down and got the easy bucket out of it. Now they come back out to the side. They'll set it up at the top. The Wolves are going to be in a man-to-man defense. Armstrong puts a lot of pressure out there. Ball goes around, stops, gives up her dribble, kicks the ball back out, goes out, going to be chasing down. Can Armstrong catch up? She does, but she's going to stop here. Doesn't have Harding. Will get the ball back out. They'll come back to Meisner. Wanted the three-pointer, changed her mind, however. Just beginning action. Down to Olson. Stop, spin move, shot, and we're going to have a foul on it. Fouls on 1-2. That'll be Jorgensen Giese. That'll be her first personal foul. They went to Olson right away on that pass. Well, actually, Harding recognized it and then gave it to Meisner. Meisner got the nice pass. She's at the line. Going to be a little short, though. And the Wolves still struggling from the free throw line here, as that was their 5th chance. This one is good, so they finally get one to go. And that'll be Olson's 7th point of the game. Boron will bring the ball up across the half court for the Glacier Bears. Way beyond the three-point arc. They go down to Grace Gonitas Long. She kicks the ball back out. Three-pointer by Jobbins, a little strong. Rebound down to Giese. She loses it, however. Nice hustle by Benda. Coming on by Boron. Wanted the lane, didn't get it, however, as Meisner put the brakes on that one, and they'll come back out, set it up. Jobbins wants to get around Harding. Three-pointer on the way. Nope. Ball comes back down in the hands of Olson, and she'll get it out to Armstrong. She'll bring it across for the Lady Wolves. They'll come back out to Harding. Harding looks down low. Nobody down low. Meisner broke across. Didn't see her, however, in time. Harding stops. Three-pointer on the way. A little bit too much off the iron. Rebound down to Grace Cornelius Long. She's on the dribble. Goes all the way to Benda and through her hands and out of bounds as they were looking for the opportunity there, but just couldn't get it to go. All right. Back on the offensive end. Now come the Wrangell Lady Wolves. Armstrong kicks the ball back out, almost stole away by Boron. Now it's tapped around, ends up in Meisner's hand. Stopped, going to be a tie-up. Ball goes off of one of the Glacier Bears and out of bounds. So it's going to be Wrangell ball under their basket. They'll set up on the left-hand side. Armstrong looking, gets it back into Olson. Up and in. Olson got good inside position. That's her 9th point of the ball game. She just muscled her way in there. We're going to have Anderson coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears. Anderson plays down low. They go back inside to Benda with the dribble. Kicks it around, loses control of it. Now gains it back, however. And now we're going to have a tie-up on it. Ball goes to the Wrangell Lady Wolves. Looks like we're going to have Krager coming off the bench also, along with Anderson coming into the ball game. They're trying to match up a little bit. Anderson's a little bit bigger, and they're trying to match up with Olson down low here, as Olson is able to score a couple different times early on in the game. There's the screen off the right-hand side. They kick the ball back out to Early. Early stops. Nobody picks her up and in. She just went right to the hoop, and that's her first 2 points of the ball game. So everybody from the Wrangell Wolves that's dressed, and you'll notice Martinez is not out there. She is not feeling too well, so she's just sitting there. And the ball comes back out to Krager. Krager with the dribble on the right hand, stops, kicks the ball back out to Benda. All the way over to Boron, down the lane, stop, jumper about 6, a little bit to the right-hand side. Anderson comes with it. She puts up the shot, a little too strong, rebound down to Olsen. She'll kick it back out to Harding on the left-handed dribble. Kicks the ball back over to Meisner, down the lane, stops, puts it up and in. Meisner just kept going. That's the old adage, if nobody stops you, you might as well just keep right on going to the basket. And Meisner's done that about 3 times so far tonight. All right, back out to the top, 4:49 to go, and now we got a double dribble on Boron. She wanted to go with a right-handed pass over there to Anderson, but it wasn't happening, so now the score is 39-5 right now. 4:47, Dryden coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears.
Yeah, the Wolves have hit 4 of their 5 shots they've taken so far this half, so they came out of the locker room hot.
All right, back out to the top again is Armstrong. Harding sets the screen. Armstrong gets around her, kicks the ball back out. Meisner up and rolls off the front. Anderson comes away. That was a set play. Long down court pass to Dryden. Stops, puts up the shot, bounces around. Dryden gets her own board, puts it up again, and Olsen comes away with it, kicks the ball back out, and Armstrong's all alone, takes one dribble up and in. Armstrong's right there breaking away. She could see that developing, and so she took off. All right, 4:14 to go here in this third quarter of play. Over to Dryden. Dryden with the dribble comes back out to Boron. Boron goes left-hand side. Wants to go to Anderson. Ball's on the floor. Anderson stops, puts up the shot. Ball bounces around, goes off of one of the Lady Wolves. And Jobbins comes out of the ball game. It's like Grace Denise Long will be coming in. Nope, it went off of a Glacier Bear. Now they've got the Lady Wolves bringing the ball down the court. Meisner will bring it across the half-court line, and she does. Gets it up. A little pressure being applied by Krager, not a lot. And keeping the dribble alive. Crossover dribble, steps. Boron tries to make the steal. We're still on the floor. Now we got it, and it's a tie-up. Ball goes to the Glacier Bears. And they'll inbound right here in front of the Wrangell bench. The Wolves back on defense. 3:43 to go here in the third quarter. Big lead by the Lady Wolves. They come out looking on the dribble. They'll go left-hand side, knocked away early on the dribble. Let's see who can bit there. Hustling down is Dryden. It goes off of her and out of bounds. Both girls had about the same amount of speed, and it goes off of Dryden and out of bounds, so it's going to be Wrangell basketball under their hoop. Looking, still can't get it in. Now they go back to Olsen again. She puts up the shot, up and in. As Olsen got inside position, that's 11 for her. Now we've extended that lead now. Back out. Krager with the dribble at the top. Wolves drop back. The defense. Left-hand side, nothing going down. Looking down low for Anderson. Can't get it to her, however. Back out to Dryden on the left-handed dribble. Kicks the ball back out. And now there's a whistle on it. I think it's going to be on Armstrong coming across. It is going to be on Armstrong. That'll be her first personal foul. And I'm positive that Coach Brown has talked to the girls about the fact that they've got to be very careful about fouls. With they only have a short bench like that, you can't afford to get somebody into foul trouble. Ball goes through Boron's hands and out of bounds. Going to be Wrangell basketball on the far side of the court. Armstrong will bring it up for the Lady Wolves. She'll get across the half-court line. Krager meets her right there. Long down-court pass. They go into Harding. She missed the shot, however. It was a nice pass, and we're going to have a tie-up. That was a nice pass to Harding, and she just actually caught it and was just a bit too far under the bucket. Had to kind of arch her back, and she wasn't able to get it to go up and in. It would have been a great shot had it gone in, though.
Yeah, real nice lob over the defense there.
Yeah. Benda back on defense, or back in the ball game for the Glacier Bears. Meisner will put the ball into play. Over to Harding, stops, spin move, stops, runner, a little bit short, ball down to Meisner. She kicks the ball back out early, all the way over to Olsen. Olsen comes across, she kicks it back out, stolen away by Krager, and now we've got Benda that's Grace. When it's long, she kicks the ball back out to Boron. Boron goes to the corner to Benda, has the baseline, puts up the shot, no. Was able to draw the foul, however, on one of the Wolves. We'll see who it is. 43, that'll be Olsen. That is only her first personal foul. And we'll have Benda at the free throw line. Yep, to score does. So she picks up 1 from the free throw line. Glacier Bears are 2 for 3 from the free throw line right now. 2:26 to go in the third quarter. This one is also good.
Yeah, Benda's showing some really good
nice
shooting mechanics there.
Yeah. Ball comes back to Armstrong. She'll get it across the half-court line. Slow with the dribble, kicks the ball back into Hardy. Hardy makes a move around her man, stops, puts up the shot a little bit short. Ball bounces around. Benda comes away with it, and she's got a 3-on-1 break, kicks it to Krager. Krager goes down, up, and in. Natalie Krager gets the bucket out of it. So with 2 minutes to go here, Glacier Bears pick up a couple of points there. They now have 9. Lady Wolves have the 43, however. Comes the ball back down into the corner to Meisner. Back out to Early. Stop, puts up the shot, a little bit too far off the glass. Ball comes down and out of bounds off a run of the Wrangell Wolves. So it'll be Glacier Bear basketball. Kicks the ball back into Krager. Krager across. Anderson waving her hands way down there. She was open for a moment. Now they go to Anderson along the baseline. Stop, spins, a foul. 2 gals there. Let's see who it's going to be on. Substitution. Foul is going to be on 43. That'll be Olsen. That'll be her second personal foul. And we've got Cunningham coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears. Ball goes back in, knocked out of bounds by Armstrong.
Yeah, it was a set play on the inbounds play. They got it into Sadie, open to the post, but Armstrong able to knock it away.
She was able to get a hand on it. All right, back out, stops, kicks the ball back. They go back inside. Anderson all alone, up and in. So Sadie finally gets her first 2 points of the ball game as they went low on the block and got the shot to go. Comes back out to Harding. Harding looks, still can't find anything. Kicks over to the right-hand side. They kick the ball back inside Early. That was a little give and go there. Would have been an easy bucket, but it was just passed just a little too far out in front of her. And she wasn't able to corral it. Ball goes back to the Glacier Bears. 1:11 to go here in the third quarter. Up across the half-court line is Krager. Goes left-hand side. Now they're there, come back to Cunningham. Stepping in front was Meisner. Anticipate Meisner's hustling down, stops, puts up the shot, up and in. Well, Kendra Meisner picks up her 10th point of the ball game. She's able to pick that one. A nice steal, anticipation, and she got the easy bucket out of it. 45 seconds to go. Harding tried to knock that one away, not quite there though. Over to Cunningham, tapped away, and ball goes out of bounds. Meisner tapped that ball. And subs coming into Jobbins comes into the ball game. Jobbins now. There was a little confusion there on the girls' part, but they got it sorted out. Comes back outside to Krager. Krager stops on the dribble to the left. Goes all the way to the baseline to Jobbins. 35 seconds to go. Jobbins, long three on the way. Too strong. Rebound down to Early. Quickly out to Armstrong. She wants the shot. Spin move. Puts it up and in. And the bucket. That was a nice move by her. She came down. Defense was set up and forcing her out. She stopped, did the spin move, came around and got the easy bucket, and also drew the foul. And that's on Jobbins. That'll be her first personal foul. This one's going to be short, bouncing around. Early comes up with it for back to Meisner. Three-pointer on the way, a little bit short. Rebound down to Olsen. She puts it up a little short. Gets her own ball back. Ball's up and in by Olsen. She kept fighting and got the bucket, and she's got 13. 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot on the way. Good by Jobbins. It's a 2. Natalie Jobbins, that's her first 2 points right at the end of the third quarter. So we're going to finish this third quarter of play with the Haines Glacier Bears 13 points and the Wrangell Lady Wolves 49 points. We'll turn it back to KSTK Studios for about 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute for fourth quarter action. Now welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. Shooting percentages 3 for 10 from the field for the Haines Glacier Bears at 30%, 9 for 18 at 50% for the Wrangell Wolves. Rebounding pretty much even up here.
The Glacier Bears finally managed to put some points on the board toward the end of that third quarter. Now we've got Krager taking the ball up the court for the Glacier Bears. She gets a set pick from Benda, dribbles around. Looks like she dribbled off of must have been Olsen's foot down there, so the Glacier Bears will get the ball underneath their own hoop. Benda inbounding, looking. They're having trouble finding someone, but Krager gets open. The ball gets knocked away by Meisner. Now Meisner's going to dribble up the court on the break. Takes it all the way herself. It's up and it's good. Another 2 for Meisner. That's 12 on the night for her. Out. Natalie Krager dribbling for the Glacier Bears. Looking around, gives up her dribble, gets it over to Jobbins. Jobbins going to take another long 3. It doesn't go. It's off the backboard. Benda hustles for the rebound, but she winds up knocking it out of bounds. So it'll be Wrangell ball now. 7:26 to go in the game. Wrangell with the 51-13 lead. Armstrong will bring it up for Wrangell. She dribbles, dumps it in to Olsen underneath. Olsen up, another nice smooth shot around the hoop. That's 15 for Ashley Olsen now. Krager bringing the ball up. Dribbling, guarded by Meisner. Pass it over to Armstrong. Armstrong to Benda. Benda dribbles into the middle, throws up a shot off the front of the rim, and the rebound will go to Early. Early passing up the court. Meisner now taking control. Dribbling, gets it over to Harding. Harding takes the 3. It doesn't go. Meisner's right there for the rebound. Puts it up and in for Kira Meisner now with 6 points on the night. And the Glacier Bears are going to take a timeout here with 6:38 remaining in the game. The score 55-13 Wrangell. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout.
All right, a full timeout. We'll turn it back to KSTK. We'll be back in 1 minute.
So when do they stop using the stop clock? Like at what point?
40 points.
It's a 40-point difference. Okay.
Should be a running clock.
Oh, so it's a running clock now. Okay.
Now welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. Don't forget, we got this boys game right after this one is over. We're not going to get quite started at the 7 o'clock hour, but anyway, it'll be close to that. You'll want to be paying attention.
Krager bringing the ball up for the Glacier Bears. Gets it over to Boron. Boron looking. Wrap around, bounce pass to Sadie Anderson in the low post. Anderson fakes, puts up the shot. It doesn't go. The rebound winds up going down to Meisner. Meisner finds Armstrong on the left side. Spin move, but she's called with a travel. Armstrong did a quick spin. But referee Fowler felt that she moved the feet a little bit too much before she dumped that one in. Now Krager alone in the corner, takes the 3 off the front of the rim, bounces around, bounced 3 or 4 times, doesn't go. Benda rips down the rebound for the Glacier Bears. She goes down but manages to dish it out to Jobbins. Jobbins takes a 2, makes it. So that's 4 on the night now for Natalie Jobbins. Now Armstrong with the ball for Wrangell. Over to, that was Harding tried to get it down into Meisner, but it went off Meisner's hands. Now we're going to have Grace Godinez Long coming and Mackenzie Dryden coming into the game for the Glacier Bears. Benda and Krager will take a break. So Mackenzie bringing the ball up the court, passes it off over to Boron. Boron on the dribble at the point, trying to get it into Anderson, but Anderson's being guarded closely in the low post. Now Jobbins will dribble in with the left-hand layup. It doesn't go, and the rebound goes down to Olsen. Now Meisner bringing the ball up to Wrangell. And she's called for the double dribble as she double dribble, getting by Natalie Jobbins there. Now Godinez Long going to bring the ball up the court for the Glacier Bears, back to Boron. It's with 4:50 remaining. It's 55 to 15 Wrangell. Boron on the dribble. And ball knocked away by Harding. Now Harding's taking it up the court. Oh, Boron comes in right before Harding has a chance to get that shot off. Boron ran up and stripped the ball away from her. Ball's going to be a Wrangell ball underneath their own hoop. Armstrong will inbounds for Wrangell. Looking, gets it over. They wind up dumping it into Olsen. Olsen takes a dribble, takes the hook shot, and bounces around, and it's good. So Ashley Olsen having a good scoring night now with 17. Wrangell has 4 players in double figures, and it's 57-15 Glacier Bears with 4:04 remaining. Dryden to Godinez Long, knocked away by Early. Early takes it down the court, shoots from about the foul line, gets blocked by Grace Godinez Long. The ball goes to Mackenzie Dryden. Mackenzie's going to dribble up, make the shot, doesn't go. Rebound to Meisner. Now they're scrapping for it on the floor, but she wants to dish off to Early, and now it's coming up. Harding to Olsen. Olsen underneath, banks it in. That one doesn't go for her. Mackenzie Dryden comes down with the rebound. She's pushing up the left side of the court. Oh, and then Armstrong comes up behind her and strips the ball away. Usually they yell wolf when that's happening in a game, and you can see why here with the Wrangell Wolves coming up with the steal. Oh, Early's going to take that one all the way to the hoop, and it's good for her 4th point of the night. Now Boron bringing the ball up to the court for the Glacier Bears to score 59-15 Wrangell with 3:10 remaining. Oh, the ball stolen away by Olsen. Olsen to Harding. Harding to Armstrong. Armstrong up in with the layup, and she's fouled on the play.
Well, Lady Wolves are 6 for 9 so far in this quarter, too. Of course, they're getting some nice breakaway, not a lot of pressure. A 2-on-1 break, or like this one here was a 2-on-1 break. She also drew the foul, too. But
the foul's on Grace Godinez Long. Armstrong with 12 points in the night now. Shots up off the back of the rim. A little confusion on that. People were waiting around for another shot, forgetting that it was just a one-shot foul. Now Dryden shoots, doesn't go, but the rebound goes to Krager. Krager out to Boron. Boron, the 3-point attempt off the front of the rim. Anderson with the rebound. She dribbles, does a turnaround shot that doesn't go. Now Boron with the rebound, takes the shot in the key. That doesn't go, and Olsen winds up coming down with the rebound, but Mackenzie Dryden steps up and knocks the ball out of bounds, but it's going to be a Wrangell ball as Armstrong is going to take a break, and Harrison's going to come back in the game for the Wrangell Wolves. Now with 1:58 remaining in the game at 61-15. Wrangell Wolves at this point in the game, they don't stop the clock for anything. They just let them play when it's a 40-point deficit. That's a hook shot by Olsen, and it goes. She's got 19 on the night now. Krager with the ball, minute 40 remaining, 63-15. Wrangell, the steal made by Early. Early will dribble all the way down, takes the layup, and that's good. So now Jamie Early with 6 points for Wrangell, and we're going to take a 30-second timeout here. The Wrangell scoring attack has 4 players in double figures. You've got Ashley Olsen with 19 so far, Maddie Harding with 10, Elizabeth Armstrong with 12, and Kendra Meisner with 12 also. So they're distributing the ball well and getting a lot of opportunities for their team out there.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a nice job. The Glacier Bears are coming down, and, of course, they like to go to the wing off of that pass. And so now the Wrangell Wolves, the Lady Wolves, are anticipating those passes and stepping out and making the steals off of it. If they just give them the old fake, Pat, like you're going to pass there, let them get out of position, the other person breaks down. I'm sure they're going to talk about that if they have a shoot-around tomorrow, the Glacier Bears will.
Okay, now with 1:28 remaining, it's 65-15 Wrangell. Krager's going to dribble on the point, pass it over to Jobbins. Jobbins going to dribble toward the hoop, but then bring it back out, looking around. She's there in the corner, still dribbling, bringing it back up toward the top, gets it down to Jorgensen-Giese. Jorgensen-Giese, the baseline jumper does not fall. Rebound goes to Meisner. She's tied up by Jorgensen-Giese, and we've got a jump ball scenario, and the possession arrow is going to the Haines Glacier Bears. beg your pardon, that's going to the Wrangell Wolves. So here with 50 seconds left, clock quickly ticking down on this one. Meisner bringing the ball up, dribbling around, dribbling down, gets it to early looking in. Harding takes a 3-point from the top of the key. That one doesn't go. Olsen with the rebound. Jorgensen Giese fought for the rebound, and she wound up going down hard to the ground, but she's popped right back up again. Everyone seems to be okay. 26 seconds now remaining. Krager's going to bring the ball up for the Glacier Bears. Dribbling over to Cunningham. Cunningham right back to Krager. Give and go move. Krager makes the running hook shot. That doesn't fall, and the rebound's going to go to Jamie Early. Now Meisner bringing the ball up the court. Crosses over, looks around. 2 seconds left, and they're just going to let the clock run out. So on our first night of action here between the Wrangell Wolves and the Haines Glacier Bears, the Wrangell Wolves take the win 65-15.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a nice scoring game here for the Wrangell Wolves. They were able to use their height, take advantage of it, and go right to the hoop and score some buckets. Plus, they were not afraid to put the shot up because they were in always good position to get some rebounds. And what they have to do is put it back up anyway. Well, we want to remind folks that we're going to have a second game here as soon as they get the clock going here. Shouldn't be too long anyway here, and they'll get the clock wound up. But you'll want to stay tuned up for that one as the Wrangell boys here and the Haines Glacier boys are going to go at it. We'll recap this game here when we come back and get ready for that boys game here. Again, remember tomorrow night they play at 5 o'clock and not 5:30, so you'll want to tune in. Well, we're going to turn it back to the KSTK studios, and we'll be back here in about 19 minutes or so. I'll text you to let you know kind of what's going on down there. Anyway, Haines Glacier Bears coming away with another loss here tonight. And we'll be back in about 19 minutes.
And if you didn't get your Monster Cookie raffle ticket, you better make sure you get one of those too. We've got 2 trays we're going to raffle off, and they are delicious.
Okay.
Okay, one of the other numbers is wrong because there's no number 4 on this one, but maybe I can figure that out by process of elimination. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I'll just make sure everything's good here. Yeah, thanks, Sam. We got all that. Sure. Yeah, great. Did you still want to do starters, or I mean, the lineups?
You can do
I'll
that
do
part.
lineups. Okay, good.
I'm going to talk about this just for a second, though.
Okay.
And then we can talk about this game.
Cool.
Now welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. I'll run down the scoring real quick here in the Lady Wrangell Wolves game here, and then we got this boys game just moments away from getting started here. We'll quickly run down that score for the Glacier Bears. Boron with 3 points, 2 points by Anderson, 4 by Jobbins in that one, 2 by Benda, 2 by Gonitas Long, and 2 by Krager in that one to round out the scoring for the Glacier Bears. They only had the 15 points in the game. For the Lady Wolves, they finished with 65 points. Harding finished with 10 of those. Ashley Olsen had a great game, 19 points in the ball game. Armstrong picked up 12 points in the game. Early had 6 points, followed by 12 with Meisner and 6 by Harrison. And Martinez didn't get into the ball game, wasn't feeling too well, so didn't even dress for the game. But maybe tomorrow night. Don't forget, 5 o'clock tomorrow night.
All right, so we're going to get introduced our starting lineup tonight as we get our first look at these Wrangell Wolves here in the Haines Gymnasium for the season. Their starters will be Trevor Miller, Sean Gillen, Brett Abramson, Ryan Rooney, and Tyson Mesmer. On the bench, they'll have Jonah Comstock, Makai Allen, Jason Hay, and Devlin Campbell available for Coach Cody Angerman and his assistant Graham Coleman. For the Glacier Bears, the Glacier Bears won't have the services of a couple of key players tonight. Kai Dixon out for the season with a fractured wrist, and Kirby Faverty is going to take the night off. He's not feeling well, so the Haines fans won't get to enjoy the human highlight reel for tonight. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow night in the lineup. For the Glacier Bears, Coach Fossman is going to start Carson Krager, Mark Davis, Wesley Verham, Jaden Hotch, and Luke Davis. On the bench, they've got
Well, this is one of the biggest. Yeah, this is one of the biggest benches they've had for years.
David Strong will be coming off the bench tonight. Eric Gillum, Jacob Wiersing, Owen McFeeters, all available. Yeah, so it's a big Glacier Bear squad, even with the injury to Dixon and having Faverty out for tonight. Still,
Kai Dixon, his
squad
was a little bit. He's going to go for a X-ray because he really wants this thing to heal, and so he's hoping maybe by the tournament.
Well, that'd be great. For the Glacier Bears early in the season, he stepped out. He's a great perimeter shooter, plays really tough defense, plays a lot bigger than he actually is because he gets his blocks and rebounds. And so it'd be great to have Dixon. He's a sophomore, so he'll have a couple more years here. And he's a tough competitor, so he really wants to be back here where he can help his team. Kirby Faverty, of course, the only senior on this Glacier Bear team, and tomorrow night we're going to be celebrating him at senior night, so hopefully Kirby will be able to suit up for that one, but they're being patient with him and letting him take a rest for tonight. You know he'd love to be in there playing.
Well, Kirby's the only senior we've got on both the girls and the boys squads.
Right. So tomorrow's night, the senior night, is Kirby Faverty night here at the Glacier Bears. He had a big weekend last weekend, scoring 36 and 28 against Craig. All right, well, we're getting set for the opening tip. The Glacier Bears doing a 1-2-3 Bears cheer midcourt. Wesley Verham's going to take the tip for the Glacier Bears tonight. Usually that's Faverty's job, but Verham will do it. You see all the players going around shaking hands with one another. Now they're going to take their position. The Glacier Bears' usual jump ball format is they kind of put most of their guys in the backcourt, and if they can get the tip, try to tip it back. Verham's going to jump against Sean Gillen. Gillen gets the tip, tips it back to Mesmer. Mesmer giving it over to Miller. Miller to Abramson. Abramson gets a nice pick. They're passing around the perimeter, moving the ball around. Now Miller's going to fake penetrate, then pass back to Rooney for the three-point attempt. It doesn't go, and the ball will go out of bounds and be Glacier Bear ball. Mark Davis will dribble the ball up on the point. Looks like the Wolves are going to show a 2-3 defense. Two guys up high, three down low. Now it's Davis. Luke Davis, back to Mark Davis. Back to Luke Davis. Luke Davis going to attempt is that good? It's good for three. Luke Davis draining the three-pointer. We know he can do that. He hasn't shot a lot early this season, but stepping up there. Now we've got Abramson dribbling to Gillen. Gillen to Miller. A give and go to Gillen underneath. His shot doesn't fall for him, but he gets his over rebound, puts it back up. That doesn't go. Luke Davis comes down with the rebound, and there's going to be a foul called.
It's on 33.
Okay, 33, that'd be Tyson Mesmer. Okay, Davis bringing the ball up now with 6:58 to go in the first quarter. Dribbles left. They pick him up on defense. Back to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dribbling back to the mark on the right. Carson Krager from the corner. His corner three is off the backboard. No good. Rebound goes to Miller. Miller pushing the ball up the court. Gets it to Mesmer. Now it's back to Miller. He's directing the traffic over there. It goes to Abramson. Abramson to Rooney. Rooney to Miller at the top of the key. Mesmer now with the ball. About 10 points outside the three-point arc to Gillen. To Miller. Miller dribbling left. He's guarded up top. Okay, now Carson Krager is going to be on Abramson. Abramson jump shot back of the rim. Krager comes down with the rebound. Looks to push the ball up the court, but he doesn't really have much for options, so he's going to kick it back out to Luke Davis. Luke on the dribble now. Krager in the corner. Now he dribbles back out toward the top of the key, gets it back over to Luke Davis. Luke Davis to Mark Davis. Mark looking around, sees Krager cutting through the middle of the key. Krager. Now Luke Davis gets the ball stripped away by Rooney. Rooney on the fast break tries to pass it over to Abramson, but Luke Davis came back and tipped the ball away. Now the long pass down court goes to Krager, who dumps it over to Wesley Verham. Wesley Verham puts up the left-handed layup for two. Now Miller dribbling for the Wolves. 5:30 remaining in the first quarter. Now it's 5-0 Glacier Bears. Miller goes under the basket, tries to do a reverse layup. Wesley ties him up, and it looks like Wesley Verham's going to get called for the foul. Verham's got to watch his fouls. He fouled out last weekend here. I'm sorry, I think 2 weeks ago he fouled out. Miller's first shot from the free throw line is good. Trevor Miller has the first point of the game for the Wrangell Wolves. Miller's second shot, also good. He sinks them both from the line. Now it's 5-2 Glacier Bears. Mark Davis bringing the ball across the midcourt line. Mark Davis to Luke Davis, back to Mark Davis. Luke Davis, now Krager in the corner. He'll dribble along the baseline, dump it into Verham. Verham back out to Krager in the corner. Krager's corner three falls for him. Now it's 8-2 Glacier Bears with 5 remaining in the first quarter. Miller bringing the ball, dribbling left, now passing over to Rooney. Rooney gets it to Abramson. Abramson back to Miller. Now to Mesmer. Mesmer passes it over to Allen. Now back to Miller. Miller to Mesmer, back to Miller. He's holding the ball over his head. Pass it around over to Abramson on the left wing. Abramson dribbles in, does a running jump shot in the middle of the key, and that's good for 2 points. Now Davis has it. Over to Luke Davis. Carson Krager in the corner. Pass it back out to Luke Davis, over to Mark Davis, makes it, bluffs, head fake, tries to bring the ball in. Oh, and he gets tied up while he's trying to, kind of a spinning jump shot move, and he's going to go to the line. The foul is going to be on number 32, Sean Gillen. It's his first foul. Davis's first free throw. Off the back of the rim. 8-4 now with 4:17 remaining in the first quarter. Davis's second free throw off the back of the rim, but there was a lane violation. Mesmer just stepped in a little too early. I think sometimes Mark takes that extra second to set up his foul shot, and it confuses the rebounders. His third shot also not good. Mark Davis missing 3 free throws, only 2 of them count. Now it's Miller bringing the ball up over to Rooney. Rooney passes it to Abramson, who's cutting across the key. Now Abramson is going to dribble back out. Now it's Rooney dribbling around, passes it over to Abramson. Abramson dribbling. Allen Miller's going to pop out. He wants to tell Rooney where he wants him to go, and Rooney cuts underneath the basket, but ball is popped out to Abramson in the corner. Now to Miller at the top of the key. Looks to dump it in, but he's not finding any options. And Coach Angerman's going to take a timeout to talk about that with 3:38 remaining in the first quarter. Scores the Haines Glacier Bears 8, Wrangell Wolves 4, and it's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to send it back to KSTK for the remainder of this timeout, and we'll talk to you in about 46 seconds. All right, and we're back here in the Haines gym with 3:38 to play in the first quarter. Haines Glacier Bears holding an 8-4 lead over the Wrangell Wolves. Wrangell's going to inbound the ball. Rooney gets it into Miller. Miller dribbling to his right, then passes over to Abramson. Abramson the long three. Oh, rattles in and out. Jaden Hodge comes down with the rebound for the Glacier Bears, and they're going to call Mesmer for the foul on the rebound. So now we've got Eric Gillum in the game now for the Glacier Bears. Mark Davis is taking a rest, and now we're going to have Jason Hay coming in to give to give Mesmer a break. Luke Davis bringing the ball up across midcourt. Pass it over to Jaden Hotch. Jaden Hotch dribbles. Tries to get it into Verham, but it's knocked away by Rooney. Now it goes over to Luke Davis. Luke Davis does get it into Verham. Verham tries to dribble, but the ball is stripped away by Allen on the dribble. So now it's going to be Wrangell Wolves. Miller's got the ball, the three-point arc. Gets it over to Rooney. Rooney dribbling. Sees Hay. Hay taking the long three. That one's off the back of the rim. Carson Krager comes in and battles for the rebound, but it's going to go to Miller. Miller over to Abramson. Abrason's three doesn't go. Eric Gillum goes for the rebound, but Rooney comes up with it for Wrangell. Now Jason Hay with the ball for Wrangell. Oh, nice, quick pass down under to Allen, who was cutting. Now it's Miller with the ball with 2:34 remaining. It's 8-4 Glacier Bears. Abramson gets the pick from Rooney. He's going to take it into the corner where he's double teamed. Krager's all over him. He gives up his dribble. Okay, ball back to Rooney now. Now to Miller at the top of the key. Back out to Jason Hay. He bluffs the three, but Jaden Hotch is right there all over him, so he doesn't have a chance to shoot. Abramson with the ball, dribbling, being guarded by Krager. Now over to Miller. Miller drives to the right side, takes it to the hoop. It's off the backboard, no good. He gets his own rebound. He's getting tied up underneath the hoop. Let's see who comes up with it. There's three guys down there. And on the jump ball scenario, it's going to be Glacier Bear ball. Wrangell only shooting 1 for 10 so far with 1:55 remaining in the first half. Luke Davis on the dribble now, running the point. Over to Jaden Hotch. Hotch dribble, crosses over, back to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dribbling, gives up his dribble. He gets it to Eric Gillum. Eric Gillum on the left side makes a couple fakes, tries to put up the shot, but he's eventually fouled in the act. It looks like that was on Allen. Oh, I'm sorry, Gillen. That's Gillen's second foul. So Eric Gillum is going to go to the line. His first attempts of the night. First shot's good. Gillum got some points from the free throw line last week as Caleb Holm comes in now for the Glacier Bears to give Jaden Hotch a break with 1:37 left. Gillum's second shot. That's off the back of the rim. Carson Krager comes down with the rebound, puts up the hook shot, gets it to go. So Gillum hits one of two free throws, and then Krager with a real heads-up rebound converts a two-pointer for the Glacier Bears. Now on the other end, Jason Hay takes to the hoop with a nice left-handed move, and he's fouled on that play. Wow. That foul was on... Who'd they give that one to, Lyle?
Oh, Caleb.
Holm was just come off the bench. Glacier Bears shooting 4 of 6 so far in the quarter. The Hayes free throw doesn't go, and Wesley Verham comes down with the rebound. Now Gillum out to Luke Davis. Luke Davis to Krager. Krager dribbling to his left. Sees Eric Gillum on the Gillum bluffs a three-pointer. Takes it to the hole instead and dumps in the two-pointer. Nice head fake in the corner and then took it right to the hole. Now it's 13-6 Glacier Bear with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. And they're going to call travel on Sean Gillen there. Now Glacier Bear is going to bring the ball up the court with 57.3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Luke Davis running the point now. Gets it over to Krager on the left side. Krager's going to take a few dribbles, looking around, seeing what he's got. Goes to penetrate, takes it all the way to the hole. Oh, flying right hook and the putback rebound. Was that Holm coming up with that? Okay, yep. So Krager didn't get his shot to fall, but then Holm got a nice rebound and the putback. Caleb Holm getting on the board for the Glacier Bears. Now 26 seconds remaining. It's 15-6. Glacier Bear. Wrangell has the ball. Jason Hay dribbling around. Gets it to Josephson. Abramson dribbling. Gets it over to Gillen. Gillen takes it to the hole. Nice finger roll move. And Sean Gillen has his first 2 points of the night. Now Krager from three, and it goes. Carson Krager with 8 points in the night. 2 seconds left. 1 second, and at the end of the first quarter, it's Haines Glacier Bears 18, Wrangell Wolves 8. Well, we're going to send it back to KSTK, and Lyle and I will be here to bring you the second quarter here in about a minute.
Welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. Haines Glacier Bears 18, Wrangell Wolves 8 right now. Glacier Bears, the reason they have the lead that they do is they were 7 for 9 from the field at 77%, and the Wolves were 3 for 12 at 25%, rebounding pretty much even up there. All right, it's going to be Wrangell basketball to start with. Out at the far side there, they'll come over the top as Hay with the ball. And then comes back inside to Miller. Miller being guarded man-to-man defense by Luke Davis. Miller takes a move. Good defense by Davis. Didn't give him the baseline. They come back out. Nothing going, however, as they go back to the top. Abramson with the ball looking across for Rooney cutting there. Hay looked up at the hoop. Didn't get it, however. Back out to Abramson. Just beginning second quarter action. All the way around. Stops. Good defense. Didn't give him the baseline. Hands up in the air. Ball's bounced around, but Miller comes up with it for the Wolves. He's guarded by Gillum. Miller gets around his man, goes up to the hoop, up and in. Trevor Miller's got 4 now. Cuts into that lead a bit. Glacier Bears have the basketball, however. Luke Davis spin move back to Krager. Krager looks inside for his man, gives up his dribble, looking for a cutter. Finally comes back out to Luke Davis. 7 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Brittenham comes across at the free throw line, wants to go to the hoop, stops, puts up the shot, missed it, however, but Gillum comes down with it for the Glacier Bears, and they'll maintain possession. Looking down inside is Krager. Kicks the ball back over to Luke Davis. Luke takes a couple more dribbles. We're way beyond the three-point arc, working the left-hand side of the court. 2-3 zone defense by the Wolves right now. 6:30 to go here in the first half. Back out to Krager. Krager looks inside, alley-oop inside to Brittenham. Stops, puts up the shot. Ball rolls around. Going to draw the foul as they went into Wesley. It is going to be on 32. Gillum, and that's the case. That is his third personal foul. So we'll see if Coach Angerman's going to leave him into the game. He's going to get 2 shots out of it here. Wesley at the free throw line has the 2 points early in the ball game. Glacier Bears are 1 for 4 at the free throw line. Make it 1 for 5. Coming off the bench now is Mark Davis, coming in for brother Luke. And we'll have him back at the free throw line again. Bounces it. 6:30 to go here in the first half. This one's on its way. Looks good and is. So he is 1 for 2 from the line. Has 3 points in the ball game. Miller will bring it across the half-court line. Davis will put some pressure on there. Out to left side to Abramson and Krager on him. Abramson gets around his man, stops, puts up the shot, draw the hoop, and the harm. He's going to get the foul. Foul's going to be on number 11, and that'll be Mark Davis. Abramson's going to pick up his 4th point, goes to the free throw line. They are 2 for 3 there, and he's got it. So he picks up another one, and that's his 5th point of the ball game. They are 3 for 4 from the free throw line here. Cutting into that lead a bit, 19-13. Glacier Bears have the basketball and the lead. Looks like we're going to have, as they're coming back into the game, we got a tie-up on it. Ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears off the tie-up. Yep, and Rooney will come out of the game, and Messner will come into the game real quick. Messner's in there, yep. All right, that's straightened out. The coach has got her figured out. Here going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their hoop, right-hand side. Movement by the Glacier Bears out to Mark Davis. Mark wants to penetrate inside, change his mind, however, and he'll come back out. No pressure, over to Krager. He looks, gives the left-hand side to Gillum. Spin move inside, jumps, puts up the shot, and he's got it. Eric Gillum's got 5 points. He comes off of there.
Gillum can do a lot of things to score. It's good to see a young player getting that confidence going.
A freshman kid, and he's a big kid too.
He's got moves.
Back out to the top here to Gillen. Wants to go down inside. Wesley puts a lot of pressure on. Alley-oops back outside. Reversed it back around. Nice ball movement by the Wrangell Wolves here as they're moving around. Abramson way out. Gets the screen. Reverses back. Wants to go to the hoop. Puts it up. Going to be a charge.
Oh, yeah. Comstock
is going to be charged. Yep.
Abramson
helping pick it up. He helped him get up. He hit him pretty hard. He just reached down and put a hand and helped him get right up off the floor.
Good sportsmanship there by Abramson.
All right, 5:20 to go here in the first half of play. Luke Davis with the basketball on the right-hand side. Back out to brother Mark, who's out at the top of the key now. Dropping back, they'll work that right-hand side. Luke looks inside, can't find anybody. So they'll reverse it back. Gillum comes across the baseline. Penetrating inside is Mark. Stops, puts up the shot. Doesn't go. Rebound down to Abramson for the Wolves, and he's quick up the court. They go right-hand side. Miller, long three on the way in and out. No. Rebound down to Verham. He'll get the ball quickly out. I thought that was going to go in. It looked good all the way around. And Coach Fossman wants to take a quick 30-second timeout here. I thought sure that was going in. We had a perfect angle at that one. It looked like it, and it bounced around, thought it was going to happen.
He thought so too.
Yeah, he thought so too. Well, the Haines Glacier Bears 21 points, while the Wrangell Wolves are at 13 points. And shooting percentages, like we said in there, they started out, but the Wrangell Wolves there, 2 for 2.
They hit both their shots this quarter. Haines just 1 for 2 this quarter so far.
So not a lot of shots being put up in this one, but Wrangell's very patient on their offense. They come down, they set some screens, they move around, they look for the open cutter, and they've had a couple good opportunities, just haven't been able to get them to fall. 4:46 to go here in the first half of play. Haines 21, Wrangell 13. Going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Burham on the far right-hand side. He'll get the ball back into Davis. Davis will take a couple of dribbles out at the top. Coach Angerman's directing traffic down low on the defense. Comes back out. Davis penetrates inside. Back out to brother Luke. Way beyond the three-point arc. Mark Davis penetrates inside. Kicks it back over Luke. Comes over there over to Gillum. Gillum stops. Puts up the shot. Up and in. Gillum got that one, and he stopped, did the right thing there. He stopped it about 3-4 feet short, put it up off the glass and in. Good play by him. They come back out to the left-hand side. 10-point lead now by the Glacier Bears. Up and in by Abramson. He gets down underneath and gets a nice hoop out of it, and that's 7 for him. 15 for the Wolves right now. 23 for the Glacier Bears. 4 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Getting around, back over to Luke Davis, back to Mark Davis, the top. They go over to Gillum. He looks down inside. That time they didn't give it to him. Now come back out to the top and set the offense. Wants to penetrate inside again, forces it in, up and in. Mark Davis gets his first 2 points of the ball game. So he penetrated back to a 10-point lead now by the Glacier Bears. They go left-hand side to Abramson. Come out to the top, nothing going as Miller slow comes across, tries to make the steal, tapped away however. But Abramson comes up with it for the Wolves. He wants to penetrate. Jumper from about 6. A little bit too much off the iron. Rebound down to Hodge, who checked into the ball game at that last chance. They go to Luke Davis, back out to Mark Davis. 3:15 to go here in the first half of play. Back out to Gillum. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Gillum has picked up his 10th point of the ball game, leading scorer for the Glacier Bears now. 28-13, biggest lead by the Glacier Bears now. Comes back out, all the way around, up, and an easy bucket that time as they came all the way around as Miller beat his man. Nobody cut him off, and he went right in and got a nice lay-in out of it. 2:45 to go.
Both teams shooting 4 of 5 in this quarter so far, so it's only been 2 rebounds this whole quarter thus far.
Goes right-hand side to Luke Davis, back out to Mark at the top. 2:30 to go here in the first half of play. Mark, jumper from the free throw line, partially checked, however, ball goes out of bounds. And the ball goes out of bounds, going to be Glacier Bear basketball. We've got Rooney coming back into the ball game for the Wolves. He'll set it up. Glacier Bears with the ball right-hand side. They go to Wesley Verham. He wanted to go inside. Good defense. They stick it back up. Comes back out. Back out to Mark Davis. Knocked out of bounds, however. Going to be Yep, it's going to be Wesley Verham ball on the far side. Glacier Bears with it. He goes out to Luke Davis. Left-handed dribble. Hotch, three-pointer on the way. Good. Jaden Hotch. He's another one of those kids that you just can't let go. He is a good shooter.
Scored a few last weekend.
Yeah. Comes back out to Miller. Glacier Bears open it up 31-17 right now. 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. Kicks the ball back inside. Nothing going as they look. Nothing happening yet. They want to go inside. Rooney does. He goes to Abramson. Stop, spin move. Back out. Puts the ball back on there. The ball comes down. Gillum had inside position just for a minute. Bounced it around, and the ball goes to the Wrangell Wolves off of one of the Glacier Bears. They set the play looking. Ball stepped in front, and Hotch makes the steal. He's on the dribble down. Goes right-hand side, loses it, but Gillum comes up with it for the Glacier Bears. They reverse it back around to Davis, over to Luke Davis. Three-pointer on the way, it's good. Luke Davis picks up his 6th point of the ball game. And they're going to take a timeout here. Let's see what it's going to be.
30-second timeout.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here. Glacier Bears really coming down, scoring a couple of quick threes and a bucket. And they've opened it up now to a score of 34-17 here. And Gillum coming off the bench who's really done a nice job for the Glacier Bears having those 10 points there, but took over for Carson Krager, who is doing a nice job, but Carson's been out of the ball game now, so Coach Fossman's been able to do a lot of subbing here and using some of his kids off the bench.
Also, we didn't notice at the beginning of the broadcast, but it appears David Strong isn't on the Glacier Bear sidelines tonight. So for some reason, they're without his services as well.
And David usually comes off the bench pretty early for the Glacier Bears. All right, back on the court here. Wrangell Wolves basketball. 1:31 to go here in the first half of play. 34-17 is the score. Wrangell with the basketball. Miller makes the strip around the side. Wanted it. Good defense. They tried to go inside as Wesley Verham won't let him have it. They come back down. Spin move. Stop. Going to be a travel on it as Wesley wasn't going to give him that baseline. And he was holding his ground. He was holding his ground. All right, quickly up the court come the Glacier Bears. 1:10 to go in the first half. Out to Luke Davis, over to Mark Davis, way beyond the three-point arc. The Wolves have extended out their defense a bit. Mark tries to go down the left side, but not able to do anything with it, and he'll come back out. Comes back out to the top of the key to brother Luke. And they look down inside. Hotch is trying to post up, but not getting anywhere as Gillum's down there and isn't going to let him have that. Comes back out to Gillum, three-pointer on the way too strong that time. And quickly down the court comes Miller, behind the back dribble, stops, gets the ball back out, passes her over to the top. Nothing going, however, and he gives up his dribble. They go to Abramson. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. On the dribble, Abramson stops, puts up the shot, a little bit too strong. Rebound down to Gillum for the Glacier Bears, over to Mark Davis. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mark backs it back out. He goes to right-hand side to Luke. Coach Fossman says one shot. 14 seconds to go here in the first half. Mark penetrates down inside. Ball's knocked out of him. Ball is going to be in. There's going to be a whistle on the play. Foul's going to be on number 11. That'll be Mark Davis, and that'll be his second personal foul. 8.4 seconds for the Wolves to get down, get a shot. They go back out to Miller. Miller slicks for Gillum. Gillum comes out, sets the screen, tries to get around his man. Puts up the shot, doesn't go, however. And you can hear the buzzer in the background. Well, we're going to end this first half of play with the Haines Glacier Bears coming away with 34 points. And the Wrangell Wolves finishing it with 17. We're going to have a basketball game here. The little kids are going to step out on the court here. So we should be started, though, at the 10-minute break here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it back to the KSTK studios for about 9 minutes. We'll be back in 9 minutes for second half action.
All right, there we go.
Watching that kid shoot at a. Oh, sorry.
Well, welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. Second half action just beginning in about 1 minute or so here. The Haines Glacier Bears lead by a score of 34-17 right now. We'll run down a couple things real quick here. Well, pretty hard to beat the Glacier Bears at that shooting percentage.
Well, the Glacier Bears did. They were missing their biggest scoring threat in Kirby Faverty tonight, and they made up for it by shooting 13 for 18 in the first half. That's a 72% mark. Wrangell shot much better in the second quarter. They wound up 7 for 18 on the half for 38%. Both teams got 7 rebounds.
Okay, don't forget these two teams will play again tomorrow night. Girls will start at 5 o'clock, and then the boys will follow right after that one, so you'll want to stay tuned in for those games. That'll happen tomorrow night here. Well, we got back out on the court now. Looks like we're going to go back to the original starters here.
Yep, for the Glacier Bears, we're going to have Verham, Krager, Hotch, and Bolt Davis is on the court. For Wrangell, looks like they're going to have Jason Hay out there to go along with Joseph Miller, Gillen, and Mesmer. All right, Wrangell with the ball. Glacier Bears with a 34-17 lead here to start out the half. Miller's got it. He's directing traffic from the top of the key. Tries to get into Mesmer. Jaden Allen reaches around to knock it away, but he's called with the foul. Hodge's first foul of the game. And Wrangell will get it underneath their own hoop. They pop it out to Gillen. Now Hay to Miller. Miller dribbling around the perimeter, bringing it back up to the top to Hay. Miller going to take it down the middle, makes a nice move, doesn't quite get it to fall. Rebound goes to Carson Krager, tries to keep it in bounds, gets knocked out finally by Mesmer. So we got to see a little bit of what the future holds here for the Haines Glacier Bears with the youth coming out and playing at halftime. I'd say it looks pretty good, Lyle. Okay, now the Glacier Bears with the ball. Krager in the corner, tries to get it into Verham. Verham can't come up with it, but Mark Davis does. He passes it out to Luke Davis at the top of the key. Now Mark looking at it. Luke dribbling, gets it in the middle to Krager. Krager dribbling, doesn't have anything, so he pops it back out to Luke. Now over to Mark Davis. Mark Davis penetrating with a couple dribbles. Nothing there. Back out to Luke. Back to Mark now. Over his brother again. Back and forth. The brothers playing catch now to Carson Krager in the corner. Krager dumps it into Hotch. Hotch doesn't have anywhere to go as they collapse on him with that 2-3 zone down low. Now it's Luke Davis with the ball at the top. Mark Davis dumps it into Verham. Verham a couple fakes, doesn't get the shot to fall. Now Miller's going to bring the ball up for Wrangell. 6:26 in the third quarter. 34-7 Glacier Bears. Miller gets it into Josephson. Josephson cut all the way around. Had the shot under the hoop, but Carson Krager stuffed him from behind and was called with the foul. No score yet in the first minute and 43 of this second half. We've got Joseph on the line getting ready to shoot. Abramson, thank you, Lyle. And the first shot for Abramson is good. So now he's 2 for 2 from the line. And Abramson has 8 points on the night.
Rooney coming off the bench, too, for the Wolves.
Abramson's second shot is also good. He's perfect from the line so far. He's got 9 points to lead Wrangell early here in the second half. Mark Davis now dribbling, goes to his left. Doesn't have anything. Passes it back out to Luke Davis. Luke Davis back to Mark Davis. He's looking, tries to get into Jaden Hotch, but Gillen's able to knock it away, and it'll be Wrangell ball again. So Miller bringing the ball up the court for Wrangell. 34-19 now with 5:53 to go in the third. They dump it into Abramson. Abramson dribbling around, gets it out to Rooney. Rooney to Miller. Gillen setting a pick for him. Glacier Bears switch up defense, able to cover him now. We've got Rooney taking the three-pointer, rattles around, no good. Wesley Verham comes up with the rebound for the Glacier Bears. Passes it, the outlet pass to Mark Davis. Jaden Hotch from the corner. That'll bounce off the back of the rim. It's knocked down court, sprinting after it. Abramson the move under his own hoop. He puts it up, and he's got all the points so far this quarter. Brett Abramson now with 11. Mark Davis bringing the ball up the court, 34-21. Glacier Bear lead now. Oh, and Davis's shot is blocked by Rooney, but it's picked up by Wesley Verham. And the Glacier Bears want a 30-second timeout here.
Well, they cut into that lead a bit here. 34-21 is the score coming out. And again, Wrangell being very patient on their offense. Down low, trying to set things up here so they can go to the hoop. Miller and Abramson, of course, both good ball handlers. They do a nice job beating their man, and they go right to the hoop, and they've taken advantage of it a couple of times. On the other side of things, the Glacier Bears have only put up 2 shots so far in the quarter and didn't get either one of those. One of them was a long 3 that was up and off. But, 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They've got lots of time left.
Yep, Wrangell had a long talk at halftime, and they seem to have regained a little bit of momentum here in the second half. Wesley Verham now inbounding the ball under his team's own hoop. Lobs it out to Jaden Hodge. It gets batted away, but Jaden grabs it back. Now to Luke Davis over Carson Krager. Carson Krager tries to dribble, but he's tied up. It looks like the officials talking it over and decided it's going to be a foul. A foul on Tyson Mesmer. It's Tyson Mesmer's second foul of the night, so Glacier Bear ball again. Goes out to Hodge, to Luke Davis. Dribbling over to Krager. Krager looking around to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dumps it into Wesley. Wesley takes a couple dribbles, drives to the hoop. His shot's off the front of the rim, but he gets his own rebound. And they're going to call Gillen with a foul there on Wesley before the shot. I think it's Sean. That's the 4th foul for Sean Gillen, so he's gonna come out, and Jonah Comstock's going to come in for Wrangell. Okay, Verham inbounds it right to Gillum under the hoop. He couldn't get the shot to go. Now we're going to get a foul called on
Mesmer.
That's Tyson Mesmer picking up his 3rd foul. So
4th foul.
That's 4 on Tyson. Thank you. Yeah, so a couple of Wolves on the bench now in foul trouble. Okay, now they're going to call a foul on Wesley Verham there. The ref didn't like what he saw him doing with his hands, so Wesley Verham's got his 2nd foul. Now Abramson dribbling to his left, stops the foul line, dumps it out to Rooney. Rooney dribbles, gets it over to Miller. Miller spins, dribbles towards the middle, finds Hay on the perimeter. Hay over to Abramson. Abramson crossover, goes down the middle, puts up the shot, and it's good. Another 2 for Abramson. He's got 13 now, and it's 34-23 with halfway through the third quarter. Gillum on the baseline, takes it to the hole, and gets that one to go. Eric Gillum with his 12th point on the night. Miller bringing the ball up the court for Wrangell. Now 3:42 remaining. Gets it to Comstock in the corner. Comstock's corner 3 rattles in and out, but Rooney gets the rebound but knocks it out of bounds. So with 3:35 remaining in the third quarter, it's 36-23 Haines.
And that's the first basket for the Glacier Bears in that quarter, too.
Yeah, that's right. Gillum ended the scoring drought here for the beginning of the half. Now Carson Krager from about the free throw line. He doesn't get that one to go. Rebound goes down to Rooney. Rooney pushes out to Abramson. Abramson dribbling quickly down the court. A no-look pass to Comstock on the baseline, and Jared Comstock puts points on the board. It's now 36-25 Haines. Carson Krager now dribbling around the perimeter. Verham on the baseline, dishes it over to Hodge. Hodge to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dribbles down the middle. They're going to call a foul here on Rooney. Yep, that's Ryan Rooney's first foul. And Mark Davis is going to check in. Wesley Verham going to check out. Looked like maybe he got a little Charlie horse there or something. He needs to take a break for a second here. So Mark coming back to the game for the Glacier Bears. Passes it out to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dribbling around the perimeter. Tries to go left. Rooney's not letting him get much anywhere. Mark Davis now with the ball. He gives up his dribble, gets it back to Luke. Luke takes a look, he pumps it into Carson Krager down low. Krager is spinning, hook shot, gets it to go. That's 10 for Carson Krager now, and it's 38-25 Glacier Bears with 2:37 to go in the third quarter. Now Miller over to Abramson. Abramson looking around. Gets it over to Miller. Miller goes left. It's covered by both Davis boys. He tries to go between them. They're going to call that a jump ball. Looks like Mark got his hands on the ball while Miller was in midair, and now it's going to go to the Glacier Bear ball on the jump ball change of possession. Luke Davis bringing the ball across midcourt. 2:21 now in the quarter. Mark Davis dribbling, crossing over, looking around. Krager in the middle. Dishes it back out. Mark Davis up top. Stops, pops from the free throw line, doesn't get to go, and the rebound comes down to Comstock. Now it's Abramson dribbling to his left, going right down the middle, putting up the shot, doesn't get it to go, and Eric Gillum comes up with the rebound, passes it out to Luke Davis. Luke Davis dribbling up the left side of the court, gives it to Mark Davis in the corner. We've got some guys playing some different roles on offense with Faverty out. Krager taking more of a post role tonight. He's down there trying to post up. They get the ball to him. His hook shot gets it to go. Krager, very good hands around the hoop. Also, excellent outside shooter. Now it's 40-25 Glacier Bears with 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Miller spins, gets out to Rooney. Rooney's three-point off the back of the rim. It's knocked out of bounds by a couple of Wrangell players, and it's going to be Glacier Bear ball as Caleb Holm checks back into the game to give Jaden Hotch a break. So Luke Davis is going to bring the ball up. His brother Mark playing off the ball. Ball goes to Mark Davis. He's looking, dribbles left, passes over to Luke Davis. Passes it back to Mark Davis. To Gillum in the corner. Gillum drives to baseline. He fakes. Doesn't have anywhere to go, so he pumps it back out to Mark. Mark over to Luke. Luke takes a dribble, three-point line. He gets that one to go, and it's a three-pointer for Luke Davis, his second of the night. He's third of the night. Okay, ball down to Glacier Bears. Mark Davis gets the rebound. He's bringing it up in transition. Passes to Krager on the left. Krager fakes. Another hook shot banked in for Krager. He gets some space for himself with his back to the hoop, and then he turns and just has a nice soft hook shot he can put in from either side of the basket. Okay, now Hay with the ball over to Comstock in the corner, and Coach Angerman wants to take a 30-second timeout with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. It's Haines 45, Wrangell 25.
Well, Wrangell, they got it down to 11 at one time, and now all of a sudden the Glacier Bears come back with 3 quick buckets here and open right back up to a 20-point lead here. So looks like we're going to have Hotch coming back off the bench again for the Glacier Bears. This one, there's only just a bit of time left in the third period, the fourth period coming right after this one. But I guess probably we could look at the foul situation here a little bit. Gillen with those 4 fouls had to come out, and Tyson Messner with his 4 fouls, they had to come out of the ball game. And they've been playing a lot, both of those kids.
Yeah,
have.
Both starters, and would love to be back out there on the court for this fourth quarter as much as they can be. Okay, it's going to be inbounds by Wrangell under their own hoop here with 30 seconds left. We'll see what kind of play they came up with it during their break. It goes way out to Comstock. Comstock over to Miller. Miller fakes, goes to his left, gets it to Rooney. Rooney's got it on the left side around the three-point arc. Goes back to Miller. Miller now one-on-one with Luke Davis. He's looking around, doesn't see anything, gets back out to Rooney. Finds Delvin Campbell open on the three-point arc, but Campbell dishes it off. Now it's Abramson with 6 seconds to go. He tried to dribble and looks like he got fouled by, that'd be on Jaden Hotch. So Hotch picking up the foul, his second of the game. Wesley Verham's going to come back in and give Carson Krager a break now with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Carson getting a nice round of applause. Fans appreciating his 14 points tonight. Ball inbounds to Campbell. Campbell takes that three-pointer from the corner, goes up the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. Now Comstock takes the desperation 3 at the end of the quarter, but it doesn't get it to go. So after 3 quarters here in Haines, it's the Haines Glacier Bears 45, Wrangell Wolves 25. We're going to go back to KSTK and talk to you again in a minute here for the fourth quarter.
Welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium here. The Wrangell Wolves 25, Haines Glacier Bears 45. Just beginning fourth action. Glacier Bears 41% from the field. Wrangell Wolves 30% from the field in that quarter. Abramson with the ball. There's the Wrangell Wolves have the ball to start with. Wolves come back down low. Nothing going, however, as Campbell reverses the ball back out. Glacier Bears playing a really good, tight man-to-man defense. Lots of help. Abramson puts up the shot, Miller puts up the shot. He's got it. That's his 8th point of the ball game. Glacier Bears do a real nice job of helping on their help defense. So it makes it tough if you get around your man. There's going to be somebody else there. Back out to the top. We got the going to the Gillum and knocked out of bounds by the Wrangell Wolves. Going to be Glacier Bear basketball, far left-hand side of the court. And they'll set it back up again. Comes back into Luke Davis. Over to Carson Krager. Wanted the baseline to give it to Gillum, but good defense by the Wolves. They shut that one off. Back out to Krager, looking to get along the baseline. Nothing going. Back to Gillum. Gillum goes along there, wants the jumper. Left-handed shot up and in. Gillum got his 14th point of the ball game. And we're going to take a quick timeout here. Let's see what it's going to be. If it's a full, it is going to be a full timeout. So we're going to turn it back to KSTK. We'll be back in 1 minute for fourth quarter action. And welcome back to the Haines High Gymnasium. Wrangell with the basketball. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. These two teams will play again tomorrow, somewhere around 6:30, so you'll want to check into that one. Abramson tries to go down inside over to Miller. Gives the head fake. Wanted the shot, didn't get it. Double team down low. They'll come back out to Campbell, over to Miller. Like I said, the Glacier Bears are really good about help defense. Miller just got himself double teamed right away again. 6:45 to go here in the ball game. Back out. Campbell looked up to the hoop, goes along the baseline, puts up the shot a little bit too strong. Rebound up and a little bit too strong again as the ball was put up by Comstock on that rebound, but the ball went way over the far side of the hoop, and the Glacier Bears end up with it. They come to Verham, looks, spins the ball back around to Krager. Looks like we're going to have, he's going to come off the bench as Gillen. I can see he's coming there over there, just checked in, so the next chance. Gillum tries to go down low over to Wesley Verham, up and in. Wesley got on the inside, that's his 5th point. Glacier Bears really speeding out the scoring here tonight. That doesn't happen very often, but they're doing it tonight. There's going to be a foul on it. There's going to be a push on, fouls on going to be on Davis. Yes, it is going to be on Luke Davis. That's his first. We do have a sub coming into the ball game. Yep, he's stepping off the bench. Gillen will come into the game now. 5:59 to go in this fourth quarter. Gets the ball back out to Gillen. Reverses all the way around. Nothing going, however, as they come out to Rooney. Shot, a little bit short by Abramson. Comes off, but Miller gets the rebound and draws the foul on the shot. Foul's going to be on 21. That'll be Luke Davis. That'll be his second. We're going to the free throw line. Miller will be there. He has 8th point, 2 for 2 from the line. This one's on its way off the back of the iron. No good. He'll have the second one. Coming off the bench, Allen at the next chance. This one is good. He picks it up, buzzer, and into the game quickly is Allen. Glacier Bears will bring the ball down. No pressure being applied by the Wolves right now. Up across the half-court line, Glacier Bears move the ball over to the right-hand side. Nothing going. Krager, he comes over to Luke Davis. Luke penetrates inside, looks for Hotch on the baseline, finds Verham at the free throw line, however, and they'll get the ball working. Good ball movement by the Glacier Bears right now. And come back to Verham. He comes over, stepped over in front is Miller, making the steal, looking, spin move, stops, wants to get the shot, wasn't able to get it, couldn't go anywhere, and traveled on it. So the ball goes back to the Glacier Bears. Oh, up across the half-court line. They go to Krager, left side. Stops, wins back outside to Hotch. Spin to Gillum. He wanted the three. Stops, comes back up. Hotch up and in. So Jaden Hotch picks up his 5th point. And he's going to get 1 off of it. The foul's going to be on number 24. That'll be Rooney. And that'll be his 2nd. Hotch at the free throw line. He'll bounce it a couple of times. On its way, looks good and is. He picks up another point from the free throw line. Glacier Bears are 3-4-7 from the free throw line tonight. Miller goes down the right-hand side, spins back, double teamed out. He'll come back out with the basketball. Screen is set. They come back out to Abramson. He stops. Three-pointer on the way out the front of the front rim. Rebound goes down, but he's going to be out of bounds before he could get the ball back in. So it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Look like Mesmer's coming back into the game now at the next chance. 4:45 to go in the game. Back out to Krager with the left-handed dribble. Goes to Verham at the free throw line. He's surrounded by red. Now they back to Krager along the baseline. He'll bring it back out to Davis. Over to Gillum. Gillum brings it inside, forces up the shot. He's got it. Eric Gillum picks up his 16th point of the game. They'll come back down across the court. 54-28 is the score now. Glacier Bears opening this one up. They come back outside. Looks for Rooney. Breaking down Abramson. He puts it up a little bit short. Ball comes down to Gillum, who checked into the ball game. Still Wrangell basketball. Stops, puts up the shot. Gillum for the Glacier Bears come down with it. And he'll go over to Davis, over to Hotch. Wanted the baseline jumper, didn't get it, however. Davis gives up his dribble, almost knocked away. And Abramson steps on the line as it goes out. Sub in the ball game now. All right, we've got, as they're coming into the ball game, looks like we're going to have McFeeters checking into the ball game for the Glacier Bears. He'll play down low. All right, it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Gillum over there with the ball. He'll go to Luke Davis. Luke takes a couple dribbles. They go right side to Krager. Krager looks, comes back out to the top. 3:45 to go in the game. They'll go back out to Krager. Nothing going. Breaking down the lane is Gillum. Nothing happened, however, as he comes back out. Gillum comes out. Now they'll come back out to Luke Davis. Luke goes across, knocked out of bounds by the Wolves, though, as they tried to go to Krager over on that left side. Verham will put the ball in play. 3:30 to go in the ball game. Glacier Bears lead 54-28. Luke Davis breaks inside. Jumper from just at the free throw line. No. Rebound fought for underneath. Still nobody controls it. Goes out of bounds. It goes off of a Glacier Bear. So it's going to be Wolves basketball. They'll bring it up across. Slowly up the court come the Wolves. Directing traffic now. Abramson, he looks with the dribble. He'll go to the right-hand side. They ball back inside. Nothing going. Jumper by Miller off the front of the iron. No. Rebound down to Krager for the Glacier Bears. He's looking up the court. Still nobody stops him. He'll go all the way up. Missed it, however. Rebound back down to Abramson. He looks up. Nothing going. He'll keep the dribble. Comes down the left side. Back to the free throw line. Miller, long three on the way. He's got it. Trevor Miller's got 12 points now. 2:45 to go in the game. Pressure being applied by Rooney. Luke Davis actually beats it pretty easy. They come back outside to Krager. Krager comes around. Moving the ball down is Krager. Moves down. Now we're going to take a timeout here. Coach Fossman's going to take a timeout. And let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be a full timeout. So we're going to turn it back to KSTK for 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Region 5 2A basketball here. Glacier Bears with the basketball and the lead in the ball game. Oh, Weirshon checked into the ball game. Goes inside to McFeeters. McFeeters kicks the ball back out to Davis. Davis penetrates inside back to McFeeters, knocked out of bounds, however, by the Wolves, so they'll get the basketball under their hoop. And Krager will put the ball in play for the Glacier Bears. Looking, 2:22 to go in the game. Looking, still looking. Alley-oops all the way across, way over the top of McFeeters and out of bounds. And it's going to be Wrangell basketball. Nobody touched it, so it goes back to the initial inbound.
You know, you see when the Glacier Bears get those players off the bench, get a lot of playing time. They really like to try to give them scoring opportunities.
They're working at trying to get that all right. 2:15 to go in the game. Coming back down, breaking down the lane, there's Abramson up and in. And that's his 15th point leading scorer for the Wolves right now. And they'll bring the ball up the court. They go quite inside to Krager. Krager looks. Wisham's shots on the way. It's good. And he gets a three-pointer out of it. 1:50 to go in the game. Trevor Miller out the top, goes back inside. Shots up and in by Mesmer. And he gets a two-pointer out of it, but he's also going to the free throw line.
Yeah, Wersing Hayes taking advantage of the scoring opportunities he's gotten in this season.
Yeah, that's right. He's not afraid to fire it up. All right, we got lots of subs coming into the ball game here. We'll get it sorted out for you. Hayes coming into the ball game, I see. We also have Campbell coming into the game. And for the Glacier Bears, we have Caleb Holm coming into the ball game. All right, we got it sorted out here. He's going to get one more shot from there. Also checking into the ball game was Comstock. Benches are empty. This one is good. And he picks up another one from the free throw line. And there's another one there. We have coming off the benches Allen for the Wolves. So lots of subs in the ball game now for both teams. 1:40 to go. Luke Davis comes down to the left-hand side. Nothing going, however, as they look down low. Screen set. Gillum out at the top. He's going to be handling the ball out the top. Down low comes Luke Davis. Luke stops, spins, kicks the ball back in to home. He wants the shot. He's completely surrounded. He's going to be tied up. Ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears. And it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their hoop, left-hand side. Gillum looking, gets the ball back into Luke Davis. Luke's out of the dribble, back out. Gillum, three-pointer on the way. This is going to be short. Ball bounces around. Still nobody controls it. Finally, the Wrangell Wolves do as Rooney came out with it. He got the ball back out. Now it's tapped out of his hands, but over to the hands of Campbell, and they'll reverse it all the way about. Rooney on the dribble, left-hand side. Nothing going, however. They come back down inside, penetrate, and wanted the shot. Nope, didn't go it. Now they'll penetrate inside. Shot goes up by Campbell. Nothing going. Ball's bouncing around. Goes out of bounds. Going to be Wrangell basketball under their hoop. 52 seconds to go in the game. Glacier Bears 56-36. Slapping the ball. Looking. Still can't get it in. Now they do. They'll get it back out to Campbell. Long three. Good. And there was a whistle. Let's see. Campbell's going to get a three-pointer out of it. Basket's going to count. He's going to get one shot out of it. So along with the 3 points, he's going to get an opportunity for a 4-point play here. You don't see that one very often.
Yeah.
All right. At the free throw line, this one is going to be way short. Doesn't touch any of the rim, so the ball automatically goes over to the Glacier Bears.
Coaches really don't like when you foul on that three-point attempt.
No. Back out to Luke Davis. Luke wants to penetrate inside. Kicks the ball out to McFeeters. Still not able to control it down on the floor. Rolling around is traveling on the Wrangell Wolves. That was an easy one to pick because if you roll around on the floor with the basketball, you're going to get called for it. Okay, Gillum looks, gets the ball back into Davis. Davis takes the dribble. Stop, comes back out to Gillum. Gillum looks down inside. Nothing going here. They'll go left-hand side. Whoop, there's going to be a whistle on it. Foul's going to be on number 4, Comstock. That is the 6th team foul, so it's going to be Glacier Bear inbound in the basketball, far side. 28.4 seconds to go here in the game. Eric Gillum will put the ball in play. Gets the ball back out to Davis. Back to Gillum. Looking down low. Nothing going, however. Cutting across. Gillum moves it back outside to Luke Davis. Luke looks. Davis on the dribble. Back out to Gillum. Looking for home. Breaking across the lane. The alley-oop inside. Goes too far. Ball's going to go to the Wrangell Wolves as the ball hit the back of the backboard there as they tried to inbound that one. All right, we're back here across the half-court line. And 6 seconds to go. Slow up with the dribble is Hay. They come back out. Three-pointer on the way by Comstock. So with the score 56-39, the Haines Glacier Bears are going to win this one. And we want to remind folks they'll be back on the air again tomorrow night here. We'll run down the scoring sheets real quick for you here. I'll do the girls' game first here as the Wrangell Lady Wolves defeated the Haines Glacier Bears 65-15. Haley Boron finished with 3 points in that game. Sadie Anderson had 2, 4 points by Jobbins, 2 points by Benda. Gunez Long, 2 points, and 2 points by Krager for their 15 points for the Wrangell Lady Wolves. Harding finished with the game with 10 points. Olson had 19 points, leading rebounder or leading scorer for the Glacier Bears in that one. Armstrong finished with 12 points. 6 points by Early, 12 points by Mesner, and 6 points by Harrison. Martinson didn't play in the ball game. Hopefully she'll be ready to go tomorrow night. Now for the scoring for the Wrangell Wolves and the Haines Glacier Bear boys game here. For that one, Carson Krager had 14 points in the ball game. Mark Davis finished with 2 points, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Wesley Burham had 5 points in the game, 1 for 2 from the line. Jaden Hotch finished with 6 points, was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And Holmes picked up 2 points in that one. 9 points by Luke Davis, didn't go to the free throw line, but Eric Gillum coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears was the leading scorer in the ballgame with 16 points as he was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Jacob Wershing, he picked up 3 points and a nice long three-pointer. Now for the Wrangell Wolves, 12 points for Trevor Miller. He was 3 for 4 from the line. Comstock picked up 2 points in those games. Gillen scored 2 points in the game. Allen got in the game but did not score. Abramson had 15 points. He was the leading scorer for the Wrangell Wolves. Rooney didn't score in the ball game. Hay picked up 2 points in the game. Campbell got 3 points in that one. And Tyson Mesmer picked up 3 points. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Abramson was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And Miller was 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
Well, the story in this one, Lyle, for the Glacier Bears was they came out shooting great. Again, they were missing their main scoring threat with Kirby Faverty out with an illness, and they shot 26 for 38 on the night. So that's 68% shooting. That's some hot shooting. Wrangell shot 15 for 41 from the field for 36%. Wrangell did out-rebound the Glacier Bears 18-14. Their top rebounder was